Kusama. Kusama, often described as Polkadot's wild cousin, the experimental chain for the Polkadot network. This has obviously had quite a drop from its previous high, but I still think it can get back to roughly that level. Kusama is going to be at the forefront of DeFi innovations in crypto, and we are going to have more DeFi innovations than inevitable. I think Kusama will front run Polkadot. So I'll take a look at what Kusama can do in the next bull run. Before I get into that though, guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. Now in the videos, I showed everyone that I was buying up all of these coins because I'm expecting to have massive profits. You can see what the profits were from $100 into each. If you'd have thrown 100 into every single one, all you would have needed to do was sit on them for 16, 17 months and then sell them, which is, mostly what I did. And if you'd just done 100 into every single one, like I said, ignored them for a year, year and a half, and then sold them, your profit from a $2,600 investment in total would have been over 123 grand, which is not too bad. Now, as I said, I sold these. The market's crashed. Since the market crashed, I've been buying up new cryptos. These are coins that I think can do 40x gains, 50x gains, 100x gains, and I share them on my website, which is copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can do the sort of gains the VeChain and Phantom, Zilliqa and all these ones did, I get in on them. And I'll jump onto my site, I'll tell my members what the coin is that I'm getting in on, what kinds of profits I think it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and the members can copy along. There's literally all work removed for the members. They don't have to learn about blockchain tech, they don't have to learn about emerging markets, they don't have to read white papers. They can simply copy along to my exact portfolio, make the exact same gains as me, except they don't have to do any work whatsoever. Now, if that sounds good to you guys, head over to copymycrypto.com. There's a link in the description. On the site, you'll see what's said in the past and what happened. You'll see what the members have earned since being there. It's all public record, so verify it all. And if you like what you see, guys, you should join me there. Now, Kusama, as I said, described as Polkadot's sort of wild cousin. It's the experimental blockchain platform designed to provide a massive, interoperable, and scalable framework for developers. So it's built on Substrate, which is a blockchain building kit developed by Parity Technologies. Kusama has almost the same code base as Polkadot, and by deploying on Kusama, fast-paced projects gain access to a highly scalable, interoperable sharding network. Now, the main thing with Kusama is what they do is, these experimental projects launch on Kusama first, and if things run smoothly and well, they then land on Polkadot. So Kusama effectively front runs everything that Polkadot will do. And that's the whole premise. The platform's a test bed for developers looking to innovate and deploy their own blockchain, and can be used as a preparatory network before launching on Polkadot. Though many projects opt to stick with Kusama for their final product. Now, the founders of Kusama are the same founders of Polkadot. Gavin Wood, who is obviously a world-renowned computer scientist. He was also one of the co-founders of Ethereum. He then founded Polkadot. He then founded, and he founded Kusama, and he founded the Web3 Foundation. So Kusama has received a ton of grants from the Web3 Foundation, which has helped launch and nurture technologies towards sort of growth and innovation. Now, what's very likable about Kusama is really small supply. Total supply will be like 9.6 mil. Only about 8.5 million tokens out right now. And Kusama has since been up and running, and it's worth noting, look, they've been up and running now for a little over 3 years. In the last bull cycle, it did some staggering run. I think its all-time high was a little over $600 or $590 or something. 623. There you go. $623 all-time high. Now, since running over the last 3 years, they have had a ton of different parachains that have started launching. It's worth noting that they have parachain auctions. These auctions have, in the last bull cycle, had an enormous amount of excitement behind them. The auctions allow for basically a 2-year slot for any of these projects, and then they've got the option to sort of renew, I guess. But all the supplies of those coins are meant to be out within 2 years. The auctions have been, very, very successful. We ended up seeing a lot of these cryptos that ended up winning parachain slots, having really, really solid runs in the bull cycle that was previous. The auction mechanics are quite different from some of the auctions that we've seen before. So winning teams can extend their lease by winning another auction before the conclusion of their current slot lease period. So that's the way it works. So as of right now, you can see the auction. Well, you can see what the auction schedules were. Tons and tons and tons of projects have ended up launching upon Kusama. We should actually find the full-blown Kusama ecosystem. I'm sure that is somewhere on the site. Developers, social, Web3 foundations, parity. We will get Web3 foundation open actually. Overall, Kusama as of right now, like I said, is the coin that will front run Polkadot. So if Kusama is a coin that starts running like wild in the next bull cycle, which I would expect it will as more DeFi protocols land on Kusama, that will front run Polkadot. So you'll see Polkadot's price actually moving after Kusama's does. The Web3 Foundation has issued ridiculous amounts of grants, all based around the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. There's been 600 projects funded, and you can see all the grant applications that went through. So Zero DAO won a grant. I think all of these won grants, whether or not they've actually had the delivery of them. And this is just, it's absolutely staggering the amount of grants that have been issued. This must be, hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. And look, the best thing about Kusama is because it is the experimental playground, that's where we're going to see really cool, different projects start to arrive. Real estate centric lending and asset minting protocol Excavate. That's interesting. I wonder where they're at. I would expect, see, this sounds very, very different. I imagine this is something that would be ready to land onto Kusama prior to Polkadot. Very interesting. Yeah, and this is what I mean, like the stuff that's happening within the overall Polkadot ecosystem is truly fascinating. As of right now, what we had in 2023 was just, 2021 and 2022 was just a mad time, particularly with regards to centralized exchanges or centralized sort of interest accounts. We saw BlockFi, Voyager, Celsius, FTX. We saw, brutal things happen to a lot of people that were holding within those projects. And anyone that's got burnt by them, that's prepared to stay in the crypto space, because there will be a lot that leave, but anyone that's staying in the space will probably be far more focused on making sure they own all their own crypto, so that means in their own wallets, so that if they're going to use projects, it will probably be DeFi-based projects. And right now, within DeFi, the next bull cycle is going to have an explosion of DeFi for sure, because we saw the centralization risks in the last bull cycle. So, when we start seeing innovations beyond what we've already seen, because obviously we've seen lending and borrowing, we've seen yield earning, and we've seen, your standard sort of DeFi, staking, etc. We're going to see more innovations. When those innovations arrive, they are not going to arrive on Polkadot first. It might, in theory, arrive on Ethereum first, but of all of them, Kusama makes one of the most sense because it is the network where if it goes wrong, no problem, it's the experimental playground. And I just think we're going to see a ton of DeFi interest land on Kusama in a far bigger way than we've seen before. And look, fundamentally, Polkadot's still, I mean, it's ranked 13th or 14th biggest platform, or biggest crypto. Kusama's going to end up cracking that top 100 again very, very easily. I think we're going to see maybe not a new all-time high. And the only issue with the new all-time high is it did run so damn hard. You're looking at a 30x to get a new all-time high, basically. I think this could still run back up to $500. And I'll be real honest, it could in theory hit triple figures. This still has the potential to hit $1,000, but it's going to depend on what projects are built upon Kusama and if those projects are being used. Because if it's a phenomenal project and no one gives a toss, then it doesn't matter. It has to be there have to be phenomenal projects and people have to care. And if they care and they're using it, Kusama as a platform grows enormously, and then from there, everyone can benefit. And anyone that's a Kusama holder will benefit. I think $500 is a solid target. That's still quite a lot. That's a 20x from where it is, but I think that's very achievable. I still think $1,000 is achievable, but it's far less likely, but it massively depends on what innovations come into Kusama. And as of right now, look, there is the potential that Cosmos is going to take a decent amount of market share from Polkadot. You know, there's a kind of there's an element of, you know, Cosmos are now have made so much headway in terms of interoperability that I think there's going to be a bit of a split there now compared to what there was in the last bull cycle. So if projects aren't going to Polkadot or aren't going to Kusama, that's going to really hinder price action for Kusama, but I still think $500 is a good target. First job is really getting back above 400. First job is getting back above $100. But once it does that, it's, you know, it can go off to the moon. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this can do 1,000? Do you think this can do 2,000? Do you think this can do $5,000? Let me know what you guys think. And guys, if you just want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to make the exact same profits I do, except do no work whatsoever, that's what copymycrypto.com is. It's where I dive into the markets every day. I find coins that are winners, and when I do, I buy them. And what that means is I'll jump onto my site, I'll tell my members what the coin is that I'm looking at, what kind of profits it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in, and the members can copy along. It means all work for the members is removed. They don't have to read white papers, they don't have to learn about charts, they all save themselves thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that are required within the crypto market. And all that free time can be spent on the things that they love. In the meantime, they're still making the exact same money as me. And if that just sounds good to you, like I say, go onto the site, read through it all, watch the videos. You'll see me talking about Phantom and why it would 100x when no one else was talking about it. You'll see me talking about people leaving a DeFi protocol before it crashed, and it did inevitably crash. You'll see what the members have earned. Everything on there is public record, so read through it, watch the vids, verify it all, and if you like what you see, guys, join me there and save yourselves thousands and thousands of hours. And that's it from me. Take care. Bye-bye.